If you're looking for help fixing your Rheem water heater, look no further. Our comprehensive Rheem water heater error code guide will explain common issues, provide tips, and show you how to read your model's error codes. Code 00. Problem: 1 hour continuous combustion. Fix: close all hot water taps to reset unit. Turn off or remove circulation pumps. Unit is not designed for continuous operation with circulation systems. Code 05. Problem: imperfect combustion alarm. Fix: clean air inlet filter, clean combustion air fan, clean heat exchanger fins. Check for adequate combustion air ventilation openings and clean if necessary. Check vent system for partial blockage and correct is necessary. Code 10. Problem: air supply or exhaust blockage. Fix: check all vent components for proper connections. Check that nothing is blocking the flue inlet or exhaust. Ensure proper venting materials were used. Ensure condensation collar was installed correctly. Ensure heat exchanger fins, fan, and air intake are not blocked. Code 11. Problem: no ignition. Ensure you have gas to the appliance. Fix: ensure gas type and pressure is correct. Bleed all air from gas lines. Ensure gas line, meter, and regulator are sized properly. Ensure appliance is properly grounded. Check gas solenoid valves for open or short circuits. Ensure igniter is operational. Check igniter wiring harness for damage. Code 12. Problem: flame failure. Ensure you have gas to the appliance. Fix: ensure gas type and pressure is correct. Bleed all air from gas lines. Ensure flame rod wire is connected. Check flame rod for carbon build-up. Ensure gas line, meter, and regulator are sized properly. Ensure appliance is properly grounded. Check gas solenoid valves for open or short circuits. Check power supply for loose connections. Check power supply for proper voltage and voltage drops. Disconnect remote control. Disconnect and reconnect all wiring harnesses on unit and PC board. Ensure proper venting material was installed. Ensure condensation collar was installed properly. Ensure maximum vertical vent length does not exceed allowable limits. Ensure maximum horizontal vent length does not exceed allowable limits. Code 14. Problem: overheat wrap fault. Ensure high fire and low fire manifold pressure are correct. Fix: check gas type of unit and ensure it matches gas type being used. Check heat exchanger for cracks and or separations. Ohm out safety circuit. Check for improper conversion of product. Check for restrictions in airflow around unit and vent terminal. Check for foreign materials in combustion chamber and or exhaust piping. Code 15. Problem: boiling safety device. Check for closed water heater inlet valve or restrictions in cold water inlet pipe must be fully open. Fix: check for clogged heat exchanger scale buildup. On commercial water heater, lower setpoint temperature below 180 F at high altitude. 16 over temperature warning. Check for clogged heat exchanger. Check for restrictions in airflow around unit and vent terminal. Check for foreign materials in combustion chamber and or exhaust piping. Code 21. Problem: malfunction of air intake filter switch. Fix: make sure air filter door is properly seated. Make sure front panel is properly installed. Code 24. Problem: malfunction of operational switch. Fix: press max button on PCB to reset. Press min button on PCB to reset. Replace PCB. Code 29. Problem: heat exchanger outlet temp too low. Fix: clean heat exchanger air inlet. Code 31. Problem: water inlet temperature sensor fault. Fix: check sensor wiring for damage. Ohm out sensor. Check and clean scale from sensor. Replace sensor. Code 33. Problem: outgoing water temperature sensor fault. Fix: check sensor wiring for damage. Ohm out sensor. Check and clean scale from sensor. Replace sensor. Code 34. Problem: combustion air temperature sensor fault. Fix: check sensor wiring for damage. Ohm out sensor. Check and clean scale from sensor. Ensure fan blade is tight on motor shaft and it is in good condition. Check for restrictions in airflow around unit and vent terminal. Replace sensor. Code 35. Problem: improper thermistor connections. Fix: check that all thermistors are connected to proper connections on PCB. Code 51. Problem: gas inlet solenoid valve fault. Fix: check gas inlet solenoid valve wiring harness for loose or damaged terminals. Ohm out solenoid valve. Code 52. Problem. Modulating solenoid valve fault. Fix. Check modulating gas solenoid valve wiring harness for loose or damaged terminals. Ohm-out solenoid valve. Code 61. Problem. Combustion fan failure. Fix. Ensure fan motor will turn freely. Motor will operate with a small amount of restriction. Check wiring harness to motor for damaged and/or loose connections. Ohm-out motor winding. Code 71. Problem. Gas inlet solenoid valve control fault. Fix. Check gas inlet solenoid valve wiring harness for loose or damaged terminals. Ohm-out solenoid valve. Replace PCB. Code 72. Problem. Flame sensing device fault. Fix. Ensure flame rod is touching flame when unit fires. Check inside burner chamber for any foreign material blocking flame at flame rod. Check all wiring to flame rod for damage. Check flame rod for proper voltage. Remove flame rod and check for carbon build-up. Clean with sandpaper. Replace flame rod. Code 76. Problem. Communication fault with remote control. Fix. Check remote control wiring for loose or damaged connections. Bypass remote control cable by connecting remote control directly to remote control terminals on PCB. Replace cable if found to be faulty. Replace remote control. Replace PCB. Code 79. Problem. Fan motor current fault. Fix. Ensure fan motor will turn freely. Motor will operate with a small amount of restriction. Check fan motor for proper voltage. Replace fan motor. Replace PCB.